Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. The title of my today's talk is oral communication skill. When I say oral communication, it means the English linguistic competence. In this presentation, I have prepared three major thematic areas. Number one, the significance of oral communication and how is it indispensable for a student's career. Number two, the basic barriers in communication. Number three, steps to overcome this challenging issue. Let's start with the first slide. And in this slide, I have almost prepared 9 bullets. And the very first bullet is related to the oral communication skills. Whilst the rest of the bullets I have written on the importance of English language for the motivation and inspiration of students. Let's start with the significance of our oral communication. As we know that humankind is epitome of creation or supreme creature, not only because of his intellect and wisdom, it's because of his linguistic competence. That's why it's said that the ability to speak well is one of the valuable assets that one can possess, and a lack of this ability is severe personal handicap. That's why we shouldn't compromise on learning this vitally important skill. Now we will try to talk on the benefits of this skill, which would be greatly helpful for our college and school students. This is the language of opportunities and challenges. When I say opportunities and challenges, it means where there is a challenge, there is opportunity, and where there is opportunity, there is challenge. It means both challenges and opportunities are directly proportional to each other. My third point, English language is the lingua franca. You might have heard this term. Lingua franca means commonest language which is equally comprehensible for the people of the world who speak different languages. And they use this language as a medium of communication to exchange their ideas, views, thoughts, concepts, and their gut feelings to each other. My next point is this language is the important for the language of science and technology. This is the language of trade and commerce, is the language of diplomats, ambassadors, and the world leaders. The most important thing is this language is the official language of 100 plus countries of the world, including Pakistan. My next point is uh, well, this language is called a master key to unlock the jewelry box. And this language is a source of bridging, linkaging, and networking between the nations and the governments of the world. My last point, which is the most important, and you need to give it a serious thought, This is the medium of instruction of education system in Pakistan and in our educational institutions. And you can imagine its indispensability for the student's career. And you need to learn this by hook or by crook for your better career. Well, my second thematic area is about basic communication barriers. I have analyzed and identified some basic reasons that why our students of schools, colleges, and universities cannot improve their oral communication skills. I think number one is shyness. Shyness is a major hinder in learning this communication skill. The question arises, what is shyness? Shyness is a state of mind, is a psychological grudge. Shyness is a skin deep issue. Its importance is not more than that. So we need to rethink on these lines. My second point, which is a major hamper in the way of development, is lack of confidence. As we all know, our students have a very low level of confidence, and because of this, they have problems in learning these kind of skills. The question is, what is confidence? To my understanding, confidence is a self-belief system. Believe in your skills, believe in your knowledge, believe in your capabilities, and believe in your personality. Because belief does miracles, so you need to review on these lines. Well, my next point is, which is again one of the reasons of barriers, is egocentrism. Egocentrism means self-centeredness. The people or the students who have with this attitude and aptitude, they don't want to get out of their shell, and because they think, if I commit a mistake, people will make fun of me and it would damage my image. That's why they be in their cocoon shell and die out professionally. Well, my next point is absence of appropriate forums. It's obvious and very clear that in our educational institutions we don't see these kind of forums, which are very important for skills enhancement, and as well as absence of speaking culture. And again, in our educational institutions or even in home comforts, the parents who are highly educated, they don't provide this culture to improve themselves. So it's important for the faculty and the students to inculcate this culture, to promote this essentially important skill for their future achieving the goals. Next point is, which is again one of the hampers, procrastinating approach. As we all know, our students have apathetic approaches. What is procrastination? Procrastination means delays, putting things for tomorrow, and that tomorrow never ends. It's a wastage of time, you see. So let me give you an interesting example regarding the wastage of time and its harms. Uh, Particularly female in the kitchens, when they peel off onion, they find layers after layers and layers after layers, and finally left with the tears. Same is the case happens with the students who are careless and with laziness. Next and last reason is lack of exposure. Exposure is essentially important in one's personal and professional life. So expose yourself to the outer world and put yourself to a challenging scenario. Initially, or first time, it will break you, and in the time ahead, it will reshape you. Well, this was about the communication barriers and its solutions. Let's go to the third thematic area. It's practical steps for improvement. Apart from all these discussions, where I have discussed thoroughly the shortcomings, the problems, and the solutions as well. But again, in this area, I would like to talk about some more concrete steps. For instance, in this era of invasion of information, our students, because of their gadgets and other social media, they have strong content, they have good knowledge, they have command over a huge information, and above all, even their vocabulary is very strong. But uh, despite all this, they can't improve their communications because they have underestimated themselves and they have never bothered to capitalize and utilize their capabilities. You just start and you will see the dramatic change in a month of time. Second, and a more important thing is inspiration does miracles. For instance, if you are inspired by any speaker, just imitate their style and practice it over a considerable time period, and your artificial way of communication would become very natural. My third and last point is need to establish communication forums, societies, and clubs in our educational institutions, particularly in schools and colleges, as well as in universities, to focus on these skill development areas, which is very crucial for the students better shaping their future. And last but never the least, you see, it's important to make a paradigm shift from glossophobia to glossophilia. I mean, a journey from fear to speak to be inquisitive to speak or eager to speak. Thank you very much.